Entering today, there was only one team in the Cal Ripken League with a win streak above 1. That team, the Cropdusters. A 4-game win streak for Olney has put it above 500 and then some. The Cropdusters sit 11-9 and just 2 games back of first place in the North Division, and a chance to keep things rolling against a familiar foe in the Alexandria Aces. Alongside Ben Gurwitch, I'm Nick Kane, and Ben, probably the most dominant performance we've seen all season from the Cropdusters yesterday, a 13-1 throttling of the Senators.
An impressive victory, one where they kind of were doing it on all facets. Good fielding, some aggressive base running, but all about the pitching, and that's what's been key to the success. Pitchers have been keeping the pace of play up. They've been throwing strikes, and they've been keeping the opposition hitters on their toes, not giving them any free bases.
We're getting our lineups here from the PA announcer at Frankman Field, so we'll give our starting nines as well. Ahmad Duff back in the lineup for the Cropdusters leading off. Batting second, it's Walker Zampella, the second baseman, number 11. 3-hole, it's Andrew Kell, the right fielder. 4 spot, Will Henson, the shortstop. 5 spot, Cajern Ahern, the first baseman. In the 6-hole, it's Jaden Knight, the left fielder, followed by Roan Klein. In the 7th spot, Tyler Cook. Behind the dish in the 8-hole, and then rounding things out, it's Aiden Fry at the hot corner. And then how about for our home team today, the Alexandria Aces?
So for the Aces, we got a center fielder batting first for them as well. We got Cooper Holmes. Batting 2 and playing shortstop is Toby Huber. Batting third and playing second base is Gavin Miller. Ernie Echeverria is hitting the cleanup spot and playing first base. E.J. Hankerson batting 5th and playing left field. Diego Pena catching and batting 6th. John Colligan in right field batting 7th. Will Twomey playing 3rd and batting 8th. And batting last and DH, you don't see that every day, is Aram Zabhebzada.
Some fun names to say for that Aces lineup. I've always liked Echeverria. Reminds me of Adani Echeverria, shortstop for the Marlins in the early 2010s. It was always really nice in that 6th spot at short.
He could really flash the leather. His vert was always really impressive. He'd get up there and make some really nice, jumping catches. Yeah, but he bounced around, ended up on the Mets like a lot of, washed up former OK players do.
Batting second, the shortstop, number 12, Toby Huber.
We're expecting scattered showers, so there was discussion between both head men for each side as to whether or not this game would get underway. Honestly, Ben, I wouldn't mind a little bit of rain right now. It's rather hot out here in Alexandria, Virginia. We've crossed the border past D.C. We saw the monument. We've traveled states to call this game tonight.
Batting 6th, it's the catcher, number 28,
and it looks like
Diego Pena.
They're still doing lineups here.
7th, it's the right fielder, number 21.
Taking their time a little bit.
Yeah, we're used to a nice, speedy Cropduster performance. We got a nice group up there in the booth that always does a good job.
Yeah, but the quick lineup is compensated for by the fact that there's a nearly 3-minute national anthem for every Cropdusters game.
Yes, yeah. The first time I enjoyed it. Ever since then, I've gotten a little sick of it, maybe.
I thought it was great when they brought the little kid with the trumpet out to perform live. We're going to get our national anthem here. We're going to pause temporarily. We'll be back with first pitch in a minute.
giving you guys an up close and personal view today, and you know we are right near the Cropdusters dugout. So usually we are removed well up in our nice air-conditioned booth.
We have a tendency to be a little bit reactionary, Ben. It's part of the job, so and they like to stick us away.
Gonna have to be careful tonight.
Well, Kyle, you might have to be careful. I'll stay being honest.
How about that?
On the bump for the Aces, it's Aiden Von Zuben. We've seen him before. Seems like we get all the guys with the fun last names on the bump. You know, Von Bars, Von Zuben here for the Aces tonight. He's appeared in one game in which he's appeared in 3 games, started 3 games. 9 innings pitched, 12 hits, 8 earned runs, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts, 8 ERA flat for Von Zuben. Decent velocity fastball, high 80s to low 90s. Change-up curveball, hanging in the high 70s.
And how about that from Austin Stalker? Not playing today, still chugging a White Monster energy drink, trying to get hyped up just for his.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Good, you? You got anything to
close and
say
personal
to our
for you.
fans at home?
What's that?
Anything to say to our fans at home?
I mean, thanks for listening, both of you, and have a great time.
He thanks both of our listeners.
No respect to to our many listeners.
Not at all. Top of the first here from Fink Man Field. Aiden Von Zuben on the bump for the Aces. Ahmad Duff leading things off for the Cropdusters. Duff back in the lineup after a late scratch last night. First pitch. Fastball called strike. Right at the knees of Duff. It's 0-1. Von Zuben from the windup. Kicks, deals. Hard ground ball. Scoop at short. Huber throw to first in time. Leadoff man is retired. Ahmad Duff grounds out to Alexandria shortstop Toby Huber. Brings up Walker Zampella. Back in the lineup today for the Cropdusters. Playing second base after a brief stint at shortstop in a doubleheader against the Metro South County Braves. First pitch. Just up rather, 1-0.
Zampella's done a nice job showing his ability to play both short and second.
He's also flashed the bat. 1-0 count. Another four-seamer misses up, 2-0. Scoreless contest here on the top of the first. Cropdusters have 1 out. They're on the attack. It's Walker Zampella at the dish. Make it 3-0 to Zampella. 3 straight heaters missing the zone. Zampella has already drawn 3 walks this season. His fourth will not come on that pitch. Fastball right down Broadway, called strike 1.
Van Zuben, it's almost like he's trying to mimic Tariq Skubal's motion on the bump. Very similar.
Zampella skies it, shallow right. Colligan drifts, makes the play, 2 gone.
I mean, it's interesting. We're in a new era. When we were kids, of course, everyone would try to be Kershaw, maybe Verlander if you're a righty, but a lot of Kershaw. But, you know, with people that are younger than us, or especially younger than me, it's a new era, so maybe there'll be more of people trying to be Skubal and Paul Skeens and maybe even Mizorowski starting pretty soon.
You've already seen the transition. A lot of people using a sinker or a cutter in place of a traditional 2-seam fastball or 4-seam fastball. The game is changing ever more so. It's becoming less and less of a hitter's contest. Pitching duels heavily defined it, and it's the pitcher that makes the team, it seems, when we get to September and October. 1-0 count to Andrew Cal. Make it 2-0.
That's a good point on what you're talking about with the pitching changes. I mean, it was crazy seeing Kershaw this year kind of abandon his fastball and throw a sinker and a cutter, something he'd never done before. Just even, you know, the all-time greats are trying to adapt to the times.
2-0 to Kell. Hard line drive into right. Colligan drifts back, makes the catch, in and over. Cropdusters go 1-2-3 in the top of the first. It's still a scoreless contest as we head to the bottom half of the leadoff inning.
No men left on base. We head to the bottom
A
of the
good
first
swing
inning.
there from Andrew Kell, and it's what he's been doing, trying to take the ball the other way. No complaints, just unfortunate for him. Wasn't able to get it to land.
Kell's been absolutely raking recently for the Cropdusters. One of the guys that has really stepped up during this win streak. Comes into tonight with a 6-game hitting streak. And he's bumped his batting average up 90 points over the past week, so clearly improved play from Olney's right fielder, who's become a staple, it seems, in the lineup, getting an increased playing time as a result of his stellar performances. Speaking of stellar performances, Matt Chrisman on the bump. He's coming off one that is not so stellar, where he allowed 4 runs. It was his worst outing of the year and completely inflated the stats. His ERA now sits at 5, and he's only allowed 5 earned runs on the season in 9 innings pitched, but 4 of those in the last outing. A short outing for Chrisman. He's trying to get back on the right foot.
Chrisman, I mean, we kind of sung his praises well earlier in the season against, in a kind of a mop-up outing against Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. But since then, we've been impressed as well. He's got a real nice sweeper. He's not afraid to break it in any count. He gets a lot of horizontal movement. It stays in the plane a lot, so it's a pitch that will get a lot of swing and misses because it just eventually hitters are thinking it's going to stop moving, and it just takes those extra 6 inches to the right, and then gets a swing and miss.
Leading off for the Aces here in the top of the first, it's the center
It's
fielder,
Chrisman
number 3,
on the bump.
Cooper Hums.
Bottom of the first here from Frank Manfield. Matt Chrisman on the bump for the Cropdusters. Cooper Hums at the plate. Chrisman a righty, Hums a lefty. At bat favors the batter. First pitch from Chrisman. Fastball outside, 1-0. Chrisman kicks, deals, make it 2 straight fastballs that miss the zone. Cooper Hums up 2-0.
It's unfortunate that Cade Walter isn't playing. I think these conditions would suit him well. It's kind of muggy, hot, very buggy, similar to some of the Florida days.
Those marshes down south. We are technically in the South. Virginia, a southern state. So is Maryland, but Virginia more so. 2-1 count. Weak fly ball in the infield. Henson drifts back into the outfield grass, makes the catch, 1 gone. Weak pop-up from Cooper Hums into
Up next for
the shallow left field right
it's the
behind
shortstop, number
where
12,
Henson was playing it
Toby
short.
Huber.
Brings up Toby Huber with 1 gone, nobody on for the Aces. Chrisman. Just a bit high.
Missed with that one, but it's good to see. That's how a pitcher's in a good kind of headspace. He's gonna hear it from the bench, but kind of just laughs it off, not beating himself up about that.
Home plate or first base umpire laughing at the Cropdusters' responses as well. Chrisman has missed back-to-back with fastballs high. It's 2-0. Swing and a miss. Goes back to the heater. Huber over top. 2-1.
And Huber's been really good so far this year, reaching base at a really impressive clip.
2-1 line drive on the run. Can't get there as Zampella. Right beyond the second baseman's glove. There's 1 aboard for the Aces with 1 gone here in the bottom of the first. Still a scoreless contest.
It's the second baseman, number 25, Gavin Miller.
Gavin Miller due up for Alexandria.
And for Huber, that just will increase his on base. It's already well over 500. That'll get over 550 and move his OPS over 1,000.
First pitch, swing and a miss. Miller, late on the changeup. 0-1 count, 1 on, 1 gone. Scoreless game. Back to the off-speed, called strike 2, right at the knees. Chrisman settling in, he's showing more and more of the breaking balls.
Really nice sweeper. To the righty, it's such a tough pitch to do much with, so much movement on it. You really have to just be sitting on it and trying to hit it the other way.
Pick off of first. Huber back safely, not even close.
But the weird thing for that pitch, although it looks you can throw it great times, 8 out of 10 times, you throw one bad one that starts inside and ends towards the middle of the plate, and it's going to get hit hard. You got to stay vigilant.
0-2, back to the off-speed, misses low. Kicks up some chalk, 1-2 count, 1 gone.
But a good example of the vigilance there. 0-2, making sure he's not going to throw a mistake pitch. Not a bad spot at all. Just kind of leading it to bury in the dirt.
Chrisman set. Kicks, deals. Fastball called, strike 3. And Miller knew it. Immediately shook his head. There's 2 gone here in the bottom of the first.
First baseman, number 29, Ernie Echeverria.
After showing nothing but off-speed, Chrisman delivers an absolute missile. Miller not expecting it whatsoever. He looked completely off his time. It means 2 outs.
And he shook off there. I like that. He wanted to throw his fastball. I'd like to see the confidence in it.
First pitch to Ernie Echeverria. We're back to the off-speed. He's showing a whole lot, keeping the hitters off balance. It's 0-1. 2 gone, bottom of the first, nothing score. Toby Huber, only base runner for the Aces. He's on first base. Breaking ball misses low, right off the plate. Even count, a ball and a strike. Chrisman heads home, ground ball. Henson at short. Bobbles, collects, flip to second in time. Inning over. Matt Chrisman allows 1 hit, but nothing more. Cropdusters hold the Aces offense at bay. It's still 0-0 as we head to the top of the second.
And more of the same for this Cropduster staff, throwing strikes and making these hitters, beat him, not beating himself. And when he's able to command the fastball with the sweeper, it's such a nice combo. Complements each other so well.
It really does. And with Chrisman, not only is he good at locating when he's on, but the velocity is also pretty decent for a guy his size. I mean, Chrisman, if he's over 6 foot, he doesn't stand much taller than it.
And that's a little generous in my opinion.
He's 5'10", 160, yet he's still pumping gas in the high 80s. Just finished his freshman year at the University of Charleston. He'll only grow. He was awfully crafty in the first.
Gotta be honest, a little bit awkward, uncomfortable in this situation, talking about someone who's just a couple feet ahead, even if it's nothing more than just saying who's up. But Will Henson, now that he walks away, we can talk about him more as he's leading off.
We have plenty of time to talk about him as we're only in the top of the second. Aiden Von Zubin back on the bump for the Aces. Will Henson, first man up for the Cropdusters to lead off the inning. Scoreless contest, 0-0. Henson stands in. Von Zubin from the windup. Kicks, deals. Fastball misses low. A ball and no strikes. Henson a right-handed batter. Von Zubin obviously a lefty.
And Henson, not a traditional four-hitter. I mean, he hits for a high on-base percentage. Not much power. He seems more of a guy you'd want either top of the lineup or near the bottom.
That's where he's been most of the season. We have seen him in the cleanup spot a pair of times, which includes tonight's appearance in the four-hole. Normally batting second or ninth, eighth, ninth as a second leadoff. He's got a 1-1 count. Von Zubin kicks, delivers. Henson, fastball. He watches it go by. Below the knees, 2-1. Two balls and a strike, nobody out, nobody on. Cropdusters. Will Henson at the dish. Chops the off-speed pitch off the plate. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. First time we've seen the off-speed this at-bat from Von Zubin. He's delivered nothing but gas so far.
Henson clearly trying to get a fastball in a hitter's count. Well done from Von Zubin going to the off-speed, and Henson just well ahead of it.
2-2. Von Zubin heads home. Henson skies it right side out of play. He lives to see at least one more. It sounds like the ball hit a car. That's why we parked far away from foul ball territory, hid behind the school here at Frank Manfield. 2-2.
You see Henson choking up on the bat in that common two-strike protective approach.
Chases upstairs. Pop up right side. Tailed out of play. Henson lives to see another.
Henson doing a nice job of just wasting these pitches, getting fastballs up in the zone. You know, unclear if they'd be in the zone or not. And he's not trying to do anything except for just foul them off. These are not. He's very aware of the situation, just hoping to get his pitch, or if one's out of the zone, he'll take for a ball.
It's been impressive from Henson to battle so far against Von Zubin. He'll keep doing it. Another fastball skied straight back. It's 2-2, scoreless game. We're in the top of the second with nobody out. Cropdusters Will Henson at the plate. Aiden Von Zubin, lefty on the mound for the Aces.
Henson sort of daring Van Zubin to throw an off-speed pitch.
He does, and Henson swings through it. Will Henson down on strikes. Nice sweeper from Aiden Von Zubin, means 1 out here in the top of the second.
A little buggy here, isn't it?
I'm getting eaten alive, Ben. You're right, Cade Walter would thrive in this. Cager and Ahern at the dish. First pitch attacks, foul ball left side out of play. Lefty-lefty matchup. Cager and Ahern, his first at-bat.
Behind that first fastball, pretty defensive swing. And it seems like Ahern's just continuously having to face lefties. Good practice, of course.
Off speed, called strike 2. It was unusual to see Ahern attack the first pitch. He's usually a guy that likes to work counts. He's going to have to battle back 0-2. Fastball skips in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes with 1 gone in the top of the second. Scoreless game between the Cropdusters and the Aces. Olney up at the plate with Cager and Ahern, its first baseman. 1-2 pitch. Fastball, Ahern lays off. Thought about it for a second. We saw the hands move. He did not go full swing. 2-2. Or 1-2 rather. No, 2-2. Scoreboard just not updating. And it hits Cager and Ahern. Didn't matter what the count was. Off-speed pitch drills Ahern and the thigh. He'll take first base. First man on for the Cropdusters comes on to hit my pitch. Jaden Knight, next man up for Olney.
Van Zubin just let that one go. Ahern, like a couple guys in these Cropduster teams, no need to turn away from it. If anything, he invites it.
Why not? Off speed, meaty part of the body. Von Zubin first pitch. Fastball upstairs. Knight takes 1-0. There's one gone. Top of the second. Jaden Knight, right-handed bat. Up for Olney. Aiden Von Zubin, lefty on the bump for the Aces. Ahern on first base. Heater below the knees makes it 2-0. Knight batting .200 on the season. 5 hits and 25 at-bats. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Knight tries to drive an outside fastball. Can't connect. It's 2-1.
It's been a pretty tight zone on Van Zubin so far. Lot of, fastballs that are deemed just a little bit down that seem to be pretty good pitches.
2 balls and a strike. Line drive into right. That's going to fall for a base hit. Ahern trots to second. Knight at first. 2 men on with 1 gone for the Cropdusters. Brings up Roan Klein.
Good job by Jaden Knight there. Kind of sat off speed pitch and waited for it to come, and then when it did, just not trying to do too much, just shoots it the other way. Important hitting.
Roan Klein at the plate. Ahern on second, Knight on first. First pitch in the dirt. 1-0. Count. Klein takes the fastball right at the knees. Make it 1-1. With 1 gone, 2 men on for Olney. Ahern on second, Knight at first. Lefty-lefty matchup between Klein and Von Zubin.
Klein seems to often find himself up with runners in scoring position. Chance for an early lead that the Cropdusters have been seeing a lot of.
Klein, big swing, drilled out to right. Foul ball. That ball was absolutely smoked.
Yeah, a hanging curveball. And that's one of those pitches that right when you release it, you just hope for the best. Van Zubin just lucky that Klein got a little too excited on it.
It's 1-2. Klein at the plate. Two men on with 1 out. Scoreless game. Klein takes low. 2-2. Top of the second, nothing score. Olney with 2 men on base and 1 out. Roan Klein at the plate. He's got a 2-2 count. Aiden Von Zubin on the bump. Kicks, deals. Klein fouled straight back.
And a good 2-strike swing from Klein. Decent timing on it. Wouldn't be surprised if Van Zubin tries to go back to the off speed, except try to put it in the better spot. But a good 2-strike swing and a good approach too. Full swing, but still trying to shoot the other way.
2-2. Ball skips in the dirt, gets away from Pena. Both runners advance. Ahern now on third, Knight on second. Roan Klein still at the plate. It's 3-2. 1 out, top of the second inning. Scoreless ball game. A single from Klein brings in at least 1, maybe 2. Lefty-lefty matchup. Von Zubin comes set. Checks on Knight at second. Exhales, heads home. Klein, weak blooper, third base side, foul territory. It's caught by Will Twomey. 2 outs. Jammed in on the hands.
It's the catcher, number 8.
Got in on Klein a little bit quicker than I think he was ready for. You know, he's been trying to just to put it in play, take it the other way, and just getting the bat to ball. But that time, just a little too quick. Van Zuben beat him to the spot.
Tyler Cook up at the dish. For the Cropdusters, a big chance for Olney's 8-hitter. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch. Swing and a miss. He chases upstairs. 0-1. Cook batting .080 on the season. Hasn't been an ideal start for Tyler Cook. Just 2 hits and 25 at-bats. Fastball just below the knees. Catcher's take from Cook, make it 1-1.
And not a bad pitch at all, but again, it's going to be a small zone tonight.
Von Zuben, long pause, takes the signal from Pena, comes set. 2 outs, 1-1 count, 2 men on. Off speed, misses up and away. 2-1. Top of the second, scoreless game. Ahern on third, Knight on second. Tyler Cook at the plate. Cook thought about it, takes inside. 3 balls and a strike.
Got to sit fastball here. If he goes to the off speed, you know, tip your cap and go to 3-2, but fastball hunting count with 2 runners on base. If he gets it, got to find a way to do something with it.
3-1. And Tyler Cook will load the bases, draws a walk. His 4th walk of the season, and we're going to get a mound visit. Aiden Von Zuben in a bit of a jam. Bases now loaded with 2 outs, still a scoreless game. Between the Cropdusters and Aces. For Olney, it's Cadron Ahern on third, Jaden Knight on second. Tyler Cook now on first. It'll be Aiden Fry at the plate after this brief meeting between pitcher, catcher, and coach.
And we've seen it for both sides throughout the season. When you give up the base runners due to hit by pitches and walks, those runs seem to come in. 2 outs, you know, 2 of these runners got on by a free pass. Chance for Aiden Fry to make something happen.
First pitch to Fry. Attacks, fouled straight back off the mask of Pena. It's 0-1.
Fry has struggled against the fastball when it's up and away. He's got to, you know, follow suit and just take a small swing. He's sometimes that big hack and he's getting beaten to the spot. It's got to be short and concise. Find a way to just shoot it the other way for a base knock, score 2.
0-1 count. Fry, line drive into left. Hankerson makes the catch. Hung up a little too much. Cropdusters leave a trio of runners stranded. It's still a 0-0 ball game as we head to the bottom of the second.
Cropdusters score no runs on 1 hit and leave 3 men left on base.
Unlucky. It's a good swing from Aiden Fry. Got a pitch to hit and he smoked it, but sometimes just not going your ways.
Adam Leader even says way to hit the ball. I mean, that was a nice swing from Fry. You know, it's hard enough trying to at least make contact. Making contact and hitting it hard, that's another thing. Fry did both, but hitting it hard, making contact and hitting it where somebody isn't standing, is why if you fail if you fail 7 out of 10 times in this sport, you're pretty damn good.
And back-to-back innings for the Cropdusters have ended with a hard line drive to the outfield. Kell and now Fry both hitting the ball hard, but not getting the break so far. But another inning by the Cropdusters where they worked. Cajun Ahern had a nice at-bat, ended hit by pitch. Even Henson, who ended up striking out, made Van Zuben work for at least, 8 pitches, which is a good way to start the inning. Klein's at-bat, though, was one used circles. Ended up with second and third, one out, and he was unable to put anything in play, just popping out as a fastball just got in on him a little too quick, unable to just turn on it.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Aces, it's the left fielder, number 15, E.J. Hankerson.
Gotta be honest, I've felt a couple raindrops.
I have my computer out here, Ben. I'm not sure how much I'm willing to risk. As the first pitch to E.J. Hankerson is a called strike. Bottom of the second here from Frank Manfield. E.J. Hankerson at the plate for the Aces. Matt Chrisman back on the bump for the Cropdusters. Hankerson, foul ball straight up. Cook can't locate it. It'll be Fry who takes it. One gone. Man, Aiden Fry really just saved Tyler Cook right there.
Yeah, he didn't even take the mask off. It had no intention of making anything on that play. Well done by Fry to hop.
Jumped on that immediately from well behind the third base bag. There's one gone in the bottom of the second. First pitch off speed, misses outside to Diego Pena. 1-0 pitch, misses low. Scrapes the chalk, make it 2-0.
This is quite the scene when you're looking at the Aces sideline. You got like 7 guys sitting down. You got at the 4 people playing stickball during the game and just a couple feet, in foul territory. I'm surprised the umpires are letting them just kind of just have fun.
It's kind of odd, Ben. A little bit juvenile. 3-0 pitch, called strike. Not quite sure. Either the coach just doesn't care or he doesn't have control. There's a line drive out to right center on the run. Goes stuff! Dives. Does not make the catch. It bounced up and into his glove. Great effort by Ahmad Duff. Just can't come up with it cleanly. First base knock of the inning for the Aces comes from Diego Pena. There's a runner on first with 1 out.
Duff covered a lot of ground there, but even he unable to make the catch.
Three 1 pitch. Called strike.
Well, scoreboard is sleeping, of course. We got a new count here, don't we?
Line drive out to right, Kell. It bounces in front of him. Back-to-back knocks for the Aces. John Colligan records his first single of the evening.
Good.
There's 2 men on with 1 out.
It's a quality piece of hitting, excuse me. And that's all you can really do against that sweeper when Chrisman's able to locate it. You can't pull it. You just got to watch it, all the way and then take it where it's pitched. Really impressive hitting. That's the only way to, you're going to have success against a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate.
0-1 count. Will Twomey at the plate. Breaking ball misses low. Scoreboard is not giving us a whole lot of help today.
No, it is not. Got to be on our game. It's good not to have, take the training wheels off.
Pitch from Chrisman misses low and out.
And again, that Chrisman motion is always a little interesting to me. It's all arms. He just kind of neglects his legs, and obviously that's what he does, but definitely not what you'd often see.
Off speed finds the knees, called strike. Big pitch from Chrisman. 2-minute board for the Aces here in the bottom of the second. Diego Pena on second. John Colligan at first. Righty-righty matchup. Will Twomey at the plate. Pitch. Called strike 3. Twomey shakes his head. Doesn't agree with the call. There's 2 gone.
Really nice pitch, dotted on the inside part of the plate.
I don't really know why Twomey's shaking his head. It seemed right at the knees. 9-hitter for the Aces, Adam Sahib Sada. 2 men on with 2 outs. A chance to break the deadlock. It's 0-0 in the bottom of the second. First pitch misses inside and low. Chrisman tried to go 4-seamer. It's 1-0.
Chrisman's still finding it. It's one of those things that just kind of happens. The deeper you get into an outing, the more you get a feel for your pitches. Fastball command, not 100% right now.
Make it 3-0. Chrisman struggling to locate. We've seen this problem from him before. At times has struggled with location. 3-0. 4 straight balls. Matt Chrisman surrenders a walk to load the bases. It's the 9th time he's walked a batter this season. First time tonight. Brings up the top of the order. Cooper Hum stands in. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Sahib Sada on first. Colligan on second. Pena on third. Cooper Hum's at the dish. Second time up in as many innings. Is 0 for 1. First pitch called strike.
Gets the pitch from the windup now with the bases loaded, and sometimes just that's all it takes for you to feel more comfortable as a pitcher.
0-1 count. Chrisman from that windup goes off speed, misses low. Even score, 1-1. Make it 2 balls and a strike.
Not a bad pitch, just a little bit down. Like we talked about, it's going to be a tight zone. Chrisman's really going to have to come to Hums here.
Foul ball. Foul territory. Fry left side near third base. It's out of play. Two-two, chopper. Ahern makes the play. Throw to Chrisman. In time. Solid work from the pitcher and first baseman for Olney. Ends the inning. Cropdusters strand a trio. Aces strand 3 as well. It's still a scoreless ball game as we head to the top of the third.
Well done by Chrisman, finding a way to cover the base. Ahern taking his time and making throw when needed.
Like to welcome Jacob Ballaran and his friends as they celebrate Jacob's birthday. Please join us and sing along
getting a little windy. Let's see if that'll maybe move some balls deeper in the yard, get some home runs going.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jacob. Happy birthday to you.
That was fantastic.
And top of the order already in just the top of the third. Duff put a decent swing on the ball, just unable to get any lift on it, just grounding it out to shortstop. But
Ben's got his feet up on the table. He's having a great time.
gotta find a
There's
way.
finally some shade with the clouds covering the sun. Heat making me act up.
I don't even know where the sun is.
In the sky, Ben.
You're right. You're right about that. Walked right into that one.
Ahmad Duff.
Top of the third here from Frank Manfield. Aiden Von Zubin for the Aces back out for his third inning of work on the hill. Ahmad Duff leading off for Olney. Lefty-righty matchup. Duff in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch. Shows bunt, gets it down. Von Zubin off the mound. First base line, throws on the run, in time. Nice play from Aiden Von Zubin. Comes off the mound, scoops it off the grass near the first base line. Pick, throw, on the run, mid-turn to retire Ahmad Duff. There's one gone, top of the third, brings up Walker Zampella.
Yeah, I mean, not the best bunt. Van Zubin with a nice play, but if you get that even just a little bit farther away from him, with a Duff speed, he's going to beat it out. Goes off speed first pitch, and Zampella not prepared for that.
Zampella down 0-1. Von Zubin fires back with some gas rather, and makes it a 1-1 count. A ball and a strike. Breaking ball, skips in the dirt, 2-1.
Trying to go back to the pitch that you saw Zampella have a pretty bad swing on the first pitch of the at-bat, but bounced it.
2-1, 3-1.
And Van Zubin not having the best command. I mean, he already relinquished one walk, one hit by pitch, and in danger of walking another.
Make it a 1-out walk for Walker Zampella.
Next for Olney, it's
Takes it on 5 pitches.
31.
Runner on
Andrew
with one gone in the top of the third brings up Andrew Kell. Runner on first with 1 out, Andrew Kell at the plate. First pitch from Von Zubin. Outside part of the zone, miss, 1-0.
The hottest hitter for the Cropdusters up with a runner on base. Zampella, decent speed. Wonder if they'd want to put him in motion. Get the runner in scoring position for that hitter.
1-0, make it 2-0.
You've yet to see a pickoff move. Relatively conservative leads from the Cropdusters so far. There's one.
Pickoff attempt of Zampella. He's not fooled. Still 2-0 to Cal. Throw down to second. Zampella swipes second base. Runner on second. 1 out, 2-0 count. 2-1 count rather to Andrew Kell.
Right on cue. He takes second, and now there's a runner in scoring position for that hot hitter. Again, we saw what he did. He did exactly what he wanted to do in his first at-bat, shoot it the other way. Just unfortunate that it stayed up to the right fielder, but no need to change that approach.
Kell skied right side. Hits another car. Some vehicles getting beat up.
Yeah, you know, every time you see another car get hit, it just adds to that made a smart decision parking, you know, far away.
2-2. Zampella on second. There's one gone. Top of the third. Scoreless contest. Aiden Von Zubin lefty. Andrew Kell for Olney righty. 2-2. Kell line drive into right. It's going to fall for a base hit. Zampella aggressive round of third. He's heading home. Throw in. Pena has a tag. In time. John Colligan, a laser to Diego Pena. And Ben, it's not a Cropdusters game without somebody getting thrown out on the bases. Tonight it's Walker Zampella.
I mean, how much more of this can we go through until Coach Leader is just forced to change his approach? Just, I'm all for being aggressive, but I mean, he's just getting beat time and time again. And you know, not to say that he's not fully aware of what he's coaching, but he coaches high school, and in high school you can take risks against those high schoolers. But these are really good players who have great arms that are going to make accurate throws every single time. And it seems like he's kind of banking on the throw not to be great, and it continues to cost the Cropdusters a big inning.
Seems like the mojo has died down. Could have had runners in the corners with 1 out. We know the Cropdusters enjoy playing small ball. You lay down a bunt or something. That brings in a run instead. There's 2 outs, runner on first. No man in scoring position. Will Henson at the plate. He's got a 1-0 count. Called strike right at the knees. And you can't even blame Walker Zampella. I mean, he's the one that's being sent, and he tried to avoid the tag. It's just that you hit it in right field. Traditionally, that's where the strongest arm is for any side. He's coming in on the ball. Glove side. Pick, scoop, throw. It was a hard hit ball from Kell, too. It's not like it was a bloop. Kell taking second base. Throw down. Andrew Kell in time. 2 stolen bases this inning for the Cropdusters. So far has yielded no runs.
It was kind of the perfect pitch if you're an outfield, perfect hit, you know, ball in play if you're an outfielder, because it bounces up perfectly to you. It's hit hard enough that you can come up with it pretty quickly, and a good throw. Just continue to hurt the Dusters.
Andrew Kell, 9 stolen bases on the season. That single extended his hitting streak to 7 games. Hard ground ball from Henson up the middle, base hit. We're going to do it again. Kell rounds third. Come up throwing. It's over Pena's head. Cropdusters up 1-0. Cooper Hums sailed the throw in from center field. On the throw, Henson advanced to second. So he takes over there for Andrew Kell, this time Olney with a 1-0 lead.
Henson has been continuing to come up in big spots with 2 outs and runners on base. A clutch hit from him as the veteran continues to, you know, be a big piece in this lineup.
Nice work by Henson. Put him in the cleanup spot tonight. So far, he's the only Cropduster that has cleaned up. Cajun Ahern has a chance to do the same. Runner on second with 2 outs. First pitch off speed, misses low.
An important take on the first off-speed pitch. Watching it all the way and taking it for a ball.
2-0 count. Ahern awaits. Make it 3-0. Ball skips to the left of Pena. He jumps on it quickly. 3 balls, no strikes to Cager and Ahern.
3-0 with the first base open. Lefty-lefty matchup. Wouldn't expect a green light here with Knight on deck, who already has a base knock today. So he was taken all the way, but now he'll certainly be more of a hitter. But again, he's not going to chase outside the zone, especially in a chance to walk in this 3-1 count.
Ahern takes the fastball low, draws the 2-out walk. Cager and Ahern, another diligent at-bat. He's reached base safely twice tonight. One via hit by pitch, another via a walk. 2 men on in the top of the third brings up Jaden Knight. Ahern on first, Henson on second. 1-0 ball game. Cropdusters lead.
And Knight sort of just flicked it to the right center the last time and was rewarded with a base knock. I think the similar approach is the way to go against a lefty that is trying to throw to the outside corner.
Knight, swing and a miss. Fastball called strike. It's 0-1. Called time.
Might have an open gate situation.
Off goes Henson from second. Knight swing and foul tip straight back.
And
Both runners
risky
retreat.
from Ahern there. Henson had a great jump, and Ahern a little bit late, and realizing that Henson's taken third, tried to take second. But in the situation, it's better to just, you know, have the quote-unquote embarrassment of not being aware that Henson was going to take off and staying, as opposed to potentially making that third out as you try to just steal second as the backup runner.
0-2. Knight, foul tip back once again. Jaden Knight battling at the plate tonight. He's 1 for 1 with a single.
And a good swing on the fastball. I'm interested to see if Van Zugen will go to the curveball, the pitch that Knight got a hit on.
Oh and 2. Knight check swing. He went around. Jaden Knight held it out there. Did not cross the plane when he held the bat out there, but first base umpire says that on the full swing it was close enough. Jaden Knight retired. Strands 2 runners. Cropdusters tally 1 in the top of the third thanks to a Will Henson knock right up the middle. Olney leads 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the inning.
Please be sure to check out the 50-50 raffle tickets over at the front gate.
But another successful inning. Zampella worked a walk. Cal with a base knock. Henson with a knock. Ahern walking as well. So the at-bats continue to get a little bit better every game, as now this offense is, you know, one that can frustrate a pitcher, making them really work most innings. Krisman trying to close his day with 3 scoreless innings. And he's given the lead now, which is, you know, again, this is what we continue to be seeing from the Cropdusters on this win streak, as they've gotten off to an early start. It hasn't necessarily been games that they've been able to keep the lead the whole time, but they've been able to, you know, bounce back if they do ever relinquish it, and that's been, you know, thanks to the pitching, but also thanks to some clutch hitting late in game. going to be facing 2-3-4.
Bottom of the third here from Frank Manfield.
The aces, it's Toby Huber.
First pitch, upstairs miss. Huber fly ball right side, Kell. 1 out, makes the catch.
Up next for the aces, it's the second baseman, number 25, Gavin Miller.
And again, just pounding the zone, making them hit it. And when you have good velocity and when you can hit the spots, it has such positive effects.
Gavin Miller on the bump. Second time facing Matt Chrisman. He's 0 for 1. He's not starting too hot. Swing and a miss. Makes it a ball and a
Aggressive
strike.
pitching.
Chrisman goes back to the off speed, misses low and out.
Gets the call on the inside part of the plate. You know, it's so different. We feel like lost without the TrackMan data, but called the strike. All that matters.
Fastball inside.
And Chrisman just staying with the fastball.
3-2, 1 out. Chopper, Henson, backhand, throw on the run. In time. First base umpire very vigorous about the fact that he was out, was chanting it like it was some sort of war hymn. I was expecting him to start marching.
He's been vocal all game, you know, after the strike three. Often you just see that the umpire, you know, when they're asked to, if he went or not, you just see them make the hand motion. He though, said,
First pitch.
yes he did, yes he did.
Sorry to interrupt, Ben. First pitch to Ernie Echeverria called strike, yes, but he likes to repeat himself. You ever seen Goodfellas?
I've seen Goodfellas. Oh, yes, yeah.
Tony 2 times, says everything 2 times. I'm going to go get the paper, get the
paper. Yeah, get us. Yeah, he does indeed. And that was a nice play from Henson. Well in the hole, able to get enough on that throw.
He's been crafty in that 6 spot all year, and even when they put him at second base, he's been really solid for the Cropdusters.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him. Although sometimes I don't like that he's so quick to go to the backhand on plays he seems like he could get in front of, but to each their own. He's been feeling that way for a while.
2-2 to E.J. 2-2 count to Ernie Echeverria, make it 3-2.
Chrisman's sort of gone away from the sweeper as he's not fully been able to locate it. The fastball has been the bread and butter, especially this last inning.
Payoff pitch in the dirt. Echeverria draws the 2-out walk, brings up E.J. Hankerson, runner on. Aces trailing by 1.
That's a walk for Ernie Echeverria. Up next for the aces, it's the left fielder, number 15, E.J. Hankerson.
Kick and deal from Chrisman, misses low. Fastball well below the knees. 1-0.
And sort of missing with the fastball. Time and time again, he's getting a little bit left on it.
Deep drive, center field. Duff drifts back, makes the catch. In and over. Matt Chrisman 3 scoreless innings. A heck of a bounce-back performance for Olney's righty. He has a chance for the win. Cropdusters lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the 4th.
And as you saw right there, ball was hit pretty well, but you know, more times than not, balls that are hit well find fielders. So, you know, an outing that is exactly what we've been talking about. He wasn't really striking guys out, but he was just throwing strikes, and the balls were finding fielders.
Aiden Von Zubin will head out for his 4th inning of work.
And Klein preparing for his second at bat after popping up to third in his first time. And again, we talked about it in that first at bat, just a little bit late, unable to get the barrel out on the fastball, but looking to beat Van Zubin to the spot this at bat.
Lefty-lefty matchup will favor Von Zubin. Top of the 4th. Cropdusters lead this contest 1-0. For the Aces, it's Aiden Von Zubin, left-handed pitcher, back on the mound. Ron Klein for the Cropdusters, designated hitter, standing in the lefties' batter's box. 7, 8, 9 due up for Olney here in the top of the 4th. Von Zubin nods his head, kicks, delivers, off speed, called, strike 1. Nice break on the slider. 0-1 pitch. Fastball low. Pena maybe had a chance to frame it, flip the glove. Always a big sell to the home plate umpire, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Klein chases the fastball at eye level to head down 1-2.
Certainly not his pitch. One well above the zone, and Van Zubin can go anywhere he wants now ahead of the count.
1-2 goes right down the middle with a fastball. Klein does just enough to foul it off. It's still 1-2. Not sure if that's where you want to locate ahead in the count like Von Zubin is. 1-2. Chopper right back to Von Zubin. Hard hit ground ball. And the lefty pitcher just sticks his glove out, fields, turns, comes off the mound, and retires Ron Klein.
He went back to the fastball kind of down the middle. Klein put a better swing on it, but, you know, unable to get much. Unclear if that would have gone up the middle. But regardless, nice play from Van Zubin, great reactions.
Tyler Cook, next man in for the Cropdusters. There's one out, top of the 4th. Olney leads 1-0. First pitch to Cook, up and away. He takes 1-0. Cook awaits. Swing and a miss.
Well late. Needs really to speed up that bat or change the approach, you know, trying to hit that ball 400 feet, but ball was already in the glove when he was attempting to do so.
And he swung out of his gloves. Batting gloves came undone. Swung out of his gloves. Batting gloves came undone on the cut from Tyler Cook. 1-2 count to him now.
You can chalk it up to your southern twang that you drop the A in there.
Say y'all a lot. That's pretty much it. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Swang right through that fastball. There's 2 outs.
Up next for the Cropdusters, it's the third baseman, number 45, Aiden Fry.
Struggles continue for Cook at the plate. That's his 8th strikeout of the season. He's now 2 for 26 on the year. Aiden Fry, next man up. First pitch attack, skied center field. Catch made by Cooper Hums, and the inning is over.
Just finished the top of the fourth with no runs on no hits, leaving no runners left on base. Into the bottom of the fourth inning.
We head to the bottom of the fourth. Cropdusters still lead 1-0. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Aiden Von Subin.
And now we wait. And it looks like it's going to be our good friend Egan Lowry for the fourth inning.
Got a chance to talk to Egan yesterday at home. Him and I held the exact same puppy prior to first pitch. I'll tell you what, him and I were both all smiles. We had a great time. He was slated to pitch yesterday as well, but considering the circumstances, Cropdusters won in the 7th, 13-1, mercy ruled the first place Southern Maryland Senators. Lowry never got his chance. He gets it tonight on the road against the Alexandria Aces.
And I was also talking to Lowry about, because we knew that in high school it was all about his catching stats, and he never pitched, and he said it was just last summer that he was throwing with his dad, and his dad said, you know, what about pitching? And, you know, he always had a good arm at the catcher spot, and just like that, you know, he dropped down the arm angle, as he said. Someone else who went to Alabama now in the Tiger system did the same thing of a former catcher who then kind of threw from that drop down angle, and next thing you know, he's pitching. So still, you know, he's growing every outing more so than most other people who are pitching. But you know, it's exciting how quickly he's become a pitcher, and he's already improved this summer. It feels that way.
He has. I mean, first outing was rough. He could not get an out. You know, we only didn't even pitch an entire inning. Control was an issue, but he's really begun to settle in as the outings have progressed. It's come a lot with control. There's things obviously still has to work on. 2 different arm angles make it really easy for advanced hitters as to what's coming and what's not. But before you can worry about the arm angles, you have to worry about getting it over the plate with some sort of heat, and Egan Lowry has done that better and better as the weeks have progressed here in the DMV.
That he has, and when he's able to throw strikes, he can go to his off-speed stuff, and it all becomes a lot more fun to watch.
Bottom of the fourth.
Gavin Lill doing some. He's on video duty for Egan Lowry. It seems like.
Egan Lowry on the hill for the Cropdusters. Diego Pena at the dish for the Aces. First pitch in the bottom of the fourth. Skips on the plate. It's 1-0. 1-0 ball game. Cropdusters ahead. Righty-righty matchup between Lowry and Pena. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss.
Nice change up there. Late break.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Real snappy off-speed pitch from Lowry. Evens the count, a ball and a strike. Tried to go back to it, missed inside. 2-1.
He's got all that natural movement. You know, his sweeper goes so far away, but his fastball changeup, it just has natural cut inside to a righty.
Fastball misses in. And some issues with the scoreboard. It says there's 1 ball, 4 strikes. And Diego Pena draws the walk. Lowry couldn't find the zone after locating the changeup. Leadoff man aboard for the Aces. Lowry entering tonight had surrendered 10 walks in 6 games played. He's got a 9.64 ERA, which is high, but has been drastically improved since his first outing where he had an infinite ERA. 1-0. Check swing. Did not go. Pitch was just outside of the zone, so it's 1-0.
But you take his performances on an individual basis. You've seen improvement. You've seen his ability to throw strikes and induce the ground ball contact. He's probably has one of the highest ground ball rates on this team. Double-A candidate.
First pitch chopped. Tyler Cook stretching out the leg. It's 1-1. It's John Colligan at the dish for the Aces. 1-1 count, nobody out, runner on first. Chopper, Henson at short. Flip to Zampella, turn, throw, not in time. Cropdusters retire the lead runner, Will Henson, to Walker Zampella. Throw to first was well late, so John Colligan takes over there. 1 out, runner on for Will Twomey.
Just wasn't hit hard enough. Chopped. Henson, tried to charge it, but not much else he could do.
Twomey 0 for 1. Colligan on first. First pitch, fastball, called strike one, outside part of the zone. Twomey making just his third start of the season, and he's hit in the leg. Tough way to reach base for the first time. Will Twomey, first time he'll reach base safely this season. 2 men on for the Cropdusters, or for the Aces rather, with 1 out.
And that's something that Egan Lowry's going to have to work on. Because of all that run that his fastball has, that sinking action going into the righties, he's going to have to be careful about throwing it inside, because if it starts inside, it's just going to, become uncompetitive, whether it hits a batter or just ends up too far in.
Adam Saab-Sada up for Alexandria, 2 on, 1 out. It's Colligan on second, Twomey on first. First pitch, Saab-Sada chopped left side, foul territory, 0-1. Lowry comes set. Big lead from Colligan, he takes third. Cook throws down to second instead. In time. Will Twomey. Late jump, Tyler Cook makes him pay. 2 outs, big play by Olney's catcher. Runner on third, 2 gone, bottom of the 4th. Cropdusters lead 1-0. Tying run on third, Adam Saab-Sada at the plate.
And that's what we talked about with Ahern. You don't have to go if you're the backup runner. If you do not have a good jump, you're running yourself into an out.
Line drive of the middle, base hit. This ball game's tied. Adam Saab-Sada, a missile up the middle. Run comes in to score. Even score. 1-1 in the bottom of the 4th.
And that ties the game up at 1. Next up for the Aces, it's the leadoff man, the center fielder, number 3, Cooper Holmes.
Lowry's going to have to be careful against lefties because, like the way that the fastball breaks into the righties, it breaks away from the lefties. So you got to be strategic about where you throw it. You do not want it to just kind of end up right down the middle like that one did to Saab-Sada.
First pitch, called strike one. It's the top of the order for the Aces. Cooper Holmes at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Adam Saab-Sada on first. Off speed inside, just miss. It's 1-1. Off goes Saab. Throw down from Cook. Henson has to jump. It goes into the outfield. Ball nearly got away from Ahmad Duff in center field. Saab swipes second safely. His third stolen base of the season. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone now for Cooper Hums. He's got a 2-1 count, lefty-righty matchup. Hums the lefty. Egan Lowry the pitcher for Olney the righty. Fastball just misses away.
Tyler Cook tried to do all he could, trying to frame it to his best ability, but not enough to get the call.
It's 3-1. And another walk drawn by the Aces. Their second of the inning means 2 on with 2 outs.
Cooper Hums. Up next for the Aces,
for
it's the
Toby
shortstop,
Huber.
Number 12, Toby Huber.
Lowry's set. Heads home chopper. Henson at second. He runs it to the bag himself. It was awfully close. Inning over.
At the end of 4, the
Aces tally 1. They even things up. We head to the top of the 5th in a deadlock contest. It's 1-1 each side.
Top of the 5th inning, again with the score tied at 1.
Seems to keep happening for the Cropdusters that the leadoff hitter leads off an inning as Ahmad Duff. We saw him try to get on via the bunt in his last at bat. It did not go well, but maybe he'll just go back to the old-fashioned way, trying to get on base, as he is just such a weapon. Like we see every time he gets on. Not a guaranteed run, but certainly puts your team in a good position to score if he gets on base.
He's definitely one that causes havoc on the base paths. Getting him on does so much for the Cropdusters.
And credit to Van Zuben, as he's been able to sidestep traffic, and he's coming off his easiest inning where he faced 7, 8, 9 and got him in order.
5th inning of work for Aiden Von Zuben. For a guy with an ERA north of 8 entering this contest, Von Zuben has really shut down the Cropdusters. Top of the 5th. 1-1 ball game between the Alexandria Aces and Olney Cropdusters.
It's the center fielder, number 1.
Aces ace Aiden Von Zuben back on the hill for his 5th inning of work. Ahmad Duff first pitch attack. Chopped right side out of play.
Duff, always the aggressive hitter, just trying to put it in play and find a way to beat it out.
It's his 3rd time leading off an inning tonight. Von Zuben shakes his head, now nods, finagles with the ball in the glove. Goes fastball, misses out. Nice take from Duff. Evens the count, 1-1. Kick and deal from Von Zuben. Duff watches the 4-seamer go by. It's 1-2.
Bullpen getting hot for the Aces, so it could be Von Zuben's last inning.
Righty in the left field bullpen. I believe there's only one bullpen here at Frank Mann Field, so down the left field line for the Aces. 1-2 pitch. 4-seamer up and out. Nice take from Ahmad Duff. Evens the count, 2-2.
And he's certainly someone where a lefty will benefit him Doesn't have to worry about that sweeper breaking away from him.
2-2. Called strike 3. Sweeper breaks in. And Duff breaks back to the first base dugout. He's retired on strikes. One gone in the top of the fifth. Brings in Walker Zampella. Nobody on for the Cropdusters. Von Zubin kicks, deals, first pitch sweeper called, strike 1. Beautiful break, cutting in on the hands of Walker Zampella. Righties tonight for the Cropdusters having a tough time. Zampella trying to break the streak. He's got a 1-1 count, four-seamer misses away. Zampella waits. Von Zubin deals. Fastball called, strike.
It's been a pretty tight zone. That one seemed maybe down and in. Call goes Van Zubin's way.
You could hear the Cropdusters dugout yelling, no, no. It looked for a second like it could have been below the knees. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Aiden Von Zubin. Fifth inning of work, no problem for Alexandria's lefty. There's two gone, nobody on. Brings in Andrew Kell.
Up next for the Cropdusters is the right fielder, number 31, Andrew Kell.
Really good velocity. Up and out of the zone with a high fastball. One that is tough to lay off of. Also tough to do anything with if you do make contact on it.
There's 5 strikeouts of the night for Von Zubin. A chance to make it 6 against Kell. First pitch called, strike.
Thought that one could have been a little bit up. Maybe
A generous call.
the potential later forecast is affecting zone
Off
opening up.
speed. It's supposed to get some scattered showers. There's already been thunder. Lightning just struck to the left of us, or to the right of us rather, in right field. Weather playing a factor once again. 1-1 count to Cal. Fastball up and out, 2-1.
Umpire being vigilant. It is indeed a rule. If you use your mouth to get a better grip of the ball, you have to wipe your pant legs. You can't just go from mouth to ball.
2-1. 3-1. Pitch, skied, straight back, full count 3-2.
And Andrew Kell has just seen the ball well. I don't want to jinx him or anything. And even if he does strike out, I mean, it happens. But just evident in the takes that he's making, he's feeling confident and he is locked in at the plate.
3-2, 2 outs. Off speed, chopped, right side, out of play. Dribbled down the first base line for about 20 feet, then went completely foul. Still 3-2, 2 outs, 1-1 ball game. Top of the fifth.
And even that swing, he was beat by the curveball, but he was able to readjust and just throw his hands at it and foul it off.
3-2. Kell not making it easy. Skies it straight back. Didn't hit a car that time. Three and 2. Keller waits. Pitch. Hard ground ball on the run. Miller throw. Gets off the bag. Andrew Kell. Andrew Kell just got lucky, Ben. He turned the wrong way. First base umpire didn't see it. Kell should be out.
Dodged a bullet. And
Next for the
he'll certainly take it as, two-out base runner, and we saw him steal last time, so fortuitous break. Cropdusters are trying to take advantage of it, maybe get him in motion with 2 outs and give Will Hansen another chance to have a 2-out clutch knock.
Andrew Kell on. Second base hit of the night. It's officially ruled a hit, not an error. Tough play at second base for Gavin Miller. Pitch to Will Henson. Fastball low at the feet, 1-0. 1-0 count. 2 outs, Andrew Kell on first. Even contest, it's 1-1. Lightning flashes to the right side once again. Fastball upstairs, 2-0.
Could be a pitch to go on, one that just trying to be fired in for a strike.
2-0. Make it 3 balls and no strikes. Will Henson. Up 3-0. Kell's on first. Very short lead for him.
3-0, just, want to be safe. Lefty move. We haven't really seen his A move yet. No point in risking any potential pickoff with 3-0.
Aiden Von Zuben heads home. Fastball called strike. Henson doesn't raise too much of a stink. Was likely taken all the way. 3-1. Von Zuben misses low. Will Henson draws the walk, his second time aboard. 2 men on with 2 outs for the Cropdusters. It's Henson on first, Kell on second. Cajern Ahern up at the plate, and it looks like Aiden Von Zuben's night is over.
Up next for the Cropdusters, it's the first baseman, number 34, Kajern Ahern.
Maybe not.
I'm not too sure. I don't see anyone loose. I think that they made the decision after the success at the start of the inning just to give him this inning. Nobody's up in the bullpen. And he was so close to getting out of the inning, and credit to Andrew Kell. Just one pitch from a clean 1-2-3. Kell worked, then it was able to get himself a base hit, leading to those extra pitches. Henson gets on base, and now a 2-out potential rally.
So Von Zuben will stay on the bump. Huddle breaks for the Aces. For the Cropdusters, it's Cajern Ahern at the plate. 2 men on in the top of the 5th for Olney. It's Andrew Kell on second, Will Henson on first. Even score, 1-1. Ahern. First pitch, watches it go, bounces, Pena blocks. 1-0.
Nobody loose, so you got to figure the person who was throwing for the Aces is already just ready to go. No one, though, seems to be in that ready position.
Ball and no strikes. Lefty-lefty matchup. Von Zuben checks on Kell at second, now heads home. Fastball, called strike, right at the knees. Ahern nods his head in acknowledgement. It's 1-1. Ball and a strike. Kell off from second. He's caught in a rundown. Kell staying alive, somehow slips, and he's tagged out by Toby Hubner. Well, Ben, how many times are we going to say it? The Cropdusters get picked off once again. Base running mistakes ruin another Olney rally. It's a 1-1 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Frustrating. 2 outs. He's going to score on a single anyway. Trying to just be a little too cute, a little too smart, and read Van Zuben. But a pitcher who is struggling, and he's just trying to get that last out in his outing. You do not want to, give him any breaks or let him take the foot off the gas. And that's exactly what happened, and we're going to see a pitching change.
Egan Lowry's night is done. In comes Lucas Garton, left-handed pitcher for the Cropdusters. And Garton, statistically, the worst pitcher on this team. 16.61 ERA, that's the highest on the Cropdusters. Appeared in 3 games, he started 1, he's only pitched 4 1/3, has allowed 7 hits and 8 earned runs. He's only struck out 1, opponents are hitting .368 against him, and he has a whip, Ben, get this, of 3.69. If you don't know what whip means, it means walks, hits per innings pitched. So on average, Lucas Garton allows more than 3.5 base runners every time he pitches. In every inning.
Not, at all ideal. But, Garton, he's here to pitch. That's what he's here for. And, he's going to get chances. And this is a relatively big one. I mean, it's a tie game. The Cropdusters have been hot. Tie game, one they don't want to let slip away, but they're going to someone who has, really, really struggled. Maybe it'll be, of course, wishful thinking, but maybe he'll, get right in such an important situation.
Cropdusters need him to be good. It's an even score. Bottom of the 5th here from Frank Manfield. For the Cropdusters, new left-handed pitcher, it's Lucas Garton. For the Aces, second baseman Gavin Miller will lead things off. Nobody on, nobody out. Tied contest. Garton, first pitch. Fastball up and away. 1-0.
The upstage fastball has been the issue for him. That's where he's been missing a lot.
Control has been the struggle for Garton season. Foul ball straight back. Miller attacks the heater. It's 1-1.
Got a nice sunset, kind of blocked by the trees, but if you look past them, nice, orangey skies in the background.
Starting to get a little wet here. 1-1 count. Breaking ball drops right in. Called strike. Severe vertical movement on that from Lucas Garton.
And getting this first out would be so important. Of course, it doesn't mean that you either could have a good inning if he doesn't or a bad inning if he does. But just get the confidence up.
1-2, just inside. Even count, 2-2.
Not a bad miss at all. Trying to get on the inside part of the plate.
2-2 count. Chopper, third baseline, foul.
Just barely so. Rain starting to pick up, but still quite slowly. Hopefully.
Computer's away just in case for me.
Yeah, no,
I don't have all the knowledge stored up in my brain like you do, Ben. 2-2 pitch. Chopped left side in to the Aces dugout.
And a good pitch from Garton, goes off speed, keeps it in the zone on the outside part of the plate, but well done just to foul that off. Miller has struggled today, despite being in the 3-hole, having a good year, 0 for 2 so far.
1-1 pitch upstairs. Count worked full, 3-2.
And Garton, of course, will be thinking a lot on this pitch. He knows the repercussions of a walk here. Don't want to overthink, though. Got to throw.
3-2, just below the knees. Lucas Garton delivers 4 balls. Leadoff walk for Gavin Miller. 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th.
And for Garton, that bat, 2 close pitches that he didn't get the call on. It seems like, I've said it before this year, when things aren't going your way, just it seems like nothing goes your way. And So he's struggling right now and not getting the benefit of the calls.
Garton delivers a fastball called strike. 0-1 count. Garton comes set, kicks, deals, just inside. You can see some tension building up in the first base dugout. Cropdusters not enjoying the lack of calls going their way. It's 1-1. Breaking ball misses low and in, 2-1. Nobody out, bottom of the fifth, 1-1 ball game between the Aces and Cropdusters. For the Aces, Gavin Miller, only man on. He's on first base after drawing a leadoff walk. 2-1 count to the cleanup man, Ernie Echevarria.
Miller taking a bit of a bigger lead.
Chopper down the first base line. Ahern takes it, steps on first base. Miller advances to second. There's now one out, runner on second for Alexandria. Brings in E.J. Hankerson.
It's the left fielder, number 15, E.J. Hankerson.
First pitch to Hankerson misses low. It's 1-0.
Garton kind of working with himself this inning, trying to get a feel for his pitches. You see him kind of various gestures trying to get right.
1-0 count. Fastball right at the knees, called strike. One and one count. One out, runner on second.
Jaden Knight playing pretty far towards left center. Seems like a ball down the line could have some trouble for him.
Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Big drop on the curveball, 1-2.
And a really nice breaking ball. Does the ability to go to it again?
Look at flash of lightning in right field, 1-2. Hard ground ball up the middle, base hit. Rounded third of Miller. Throw up from Duff. It's cut off by Ahern right in front of the bump. And Alexandria has the lead.
That's an RBI single for E.J.
It's
Hankerson.
2-1 Aces
At the plate now
after the
for
RBI single
Aces,
from E.J.
it's
Hankerson.
catcher,
2-1 ball game, one out, runner on first
Pena.
in the bottom of the fifth.
He went to the fastball in 1 and 2, but location just right down Main Street. Ahead in the count, do not want to give up a gift like that, especially after a poor swing on the off speed.
Goes back to the off speed, misses low and in. It's 1-0. Make it 2-0. Fastball misses up and away. Two balls, no strikes. Three balls, no strikes. Garton struggling to locate. Diego Pena just watching the pitches go by. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and single. And a 4-pitch walk. Second of the inning tossed by Lucas Garton. 2 men on, 1 out for the Aces.
It's number 21, the right fielder, John Colligan.
And on cue, the hat falls on the pitch. First time of the game for him.
First pitch upstairs. 1-0.
I mean, kind of just same old, same old. This inning started well for Garton, but that two-strike fastball that he, might be messing with his head a bit.
Skied, shallow left. In comes Knight on the run. Makes the catch. There's 2 outs. Still 2 runners on for the Aces. Pena on first.
Up next for the Aces, it's the third baseman, number 18, Will Tomey.
Hankerson on second. Brings up Will Tomey. First pitch from Garton misses up. It's 1-0.
Rain coming down. Garton struggling with some strikes, Not the most fun baseball to call as it stands right now for the Dusters.
Doesn't help that we're sitting in the rain. 1-0 pitch. Fouled straight back. Even count. 1-1.
It's also sort of slow for Garton. The body language, he's not necessarily in a big hurry. Just kind of taking his time, trying to figure it out, trying to keep his own pace.
1-1 fouled straight back. Make it 1-2.
He likes to receive the ball a couple feet away from the mound so he can kind of take those extra steps. Maybe something to kind of calm him down on those walks.
1-2 breaking ball misses outside. Garton only 1 strikeout on the season. He's got a 2-2 count to Will Twomey, who's already struck out looking once tonight. 2 men on, 2 out, bottom of the 5th. 2-1 contest. Aces already up. Hard drive center field. Duff drifts back, makes the catch. Inning over. Alexandria tally is 1. They take the lead. It's a 2-1 ball game as we head to the top of the 6th.
One run on 1 hit, leaving 2 runners left on base. Again, the score is 2-1 and
PA announcer struggling for the Aces tonight.
Not sure what he's struggling with.
Oh my God.
Seeing a bit of a exodus from the fans as the rain is getting a little bit harder.
I'm getting eaten up, Ben, I'll tell you.
Well, then I'll say
Flies are really taking me to town.
new pitcher for the Aces on the mound now for Alexandria. It's number 32, the right-hander from Western Michigan University. Western Michigan University, Adam Lehman.
And another pitcher that the Aces threw the last time these teams.
Cropdusters have seen Adam Lehman before.
And Ahern, of course, was up with first and second, 2 outs when his at-bat came to a rude stop due to Andrew Kell's base running miscue.
It's the designated hitter, number 30, Roan Klein.
No, it
It's
is not.
Cadron Ahern, not Roan Klein.
PA is having a stinker.
2-1 ball game, top of the 6th. First pitch attack from Ahern. Line drive, in comes Hankerson, makes the play, one gone.
And a good piece of hitting, unfortunate from Ahern. You know, doing exactly what he should be doing with that pitch, trying to take it the other way, but just unfortunate. The ball's not really carrying tonight.
First pitch to Jaden Knight from Denham. Up and in, 1-0. 2-0 now tonight.
Oh!
Drills him. Drills his bat. He ducked out of the way, didn't bring down the bat. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Swinging right through that fastball, some decent velocity.
Knight right through Denham's fastball. 2-2 count. Foul ball straight back, make it 3-2. Or still 2-2, right?
I don't know if there's a new rule in baseball. That would be something. I don't know if I'd be opposed to that. You know, it seems like there's not enough credit for a nice foul ball.
Well, wouldn't have mattered. Jaden Knight takes the breaking ball right down Broadway, called strike 3.
All right, now it's the designated hitter, number 30, Roan Klein.
There's
Ahern
2 gone.
PA announcer doing a nice job correcting himself.
First pitch to Klein, up and out, 1-0.
We've seen the Cropdusters in these games last couple of days where it's just kind of no team scoring in bunches, but both teams kind of picking away. Cropdusters have done a nice job getting runs back.
Even count, a ball and a strike. Breaking ball outside, 2-1. Skied back, even count, 2-2.
That was a good swing by Klein on 2-1.
Breaking ball just misses below the knees. Count full, 3-2.
And an impressive take there. Having the confidence to lay that pitch off despite it staying in the zone for a long time.
Full count, 2 gone. Swing and a miss. Klein down swinging, and the inning is over. Cropdusters go 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom half of the inning. Aces lead 2-1.
And Garden heading out for his second inning of work. Crismond, of course, started the game with 3 scoreless innings, but since then each reliever has given up 1 run in an inning. Garden trying to stop that now and keep this at a 1-score game. And they're playing, I just think they're playing the Cotton Eye Joe in the
Bottom of the 6th.
bottom of the, as I don't know. You think that's they're taking a shot at the Cropdusters classic tradition?
You have to think so, right?
Especially, we know that they're one of the people in charge of the music and organizational skills is definitely aware of the Cotton Eye Joe.
Fans starting to trickle out as the rain pours down.
I'm a little surprised it wasn't one of those things, where this is not a good example, but in Captain America versus Iron Man, where Bucky hears, those words that just tick him off, and he goes back into his kind of Russian killer mode. That Cajun Ahern, when hearing Cotton Eye Joe, didn't immediately take off his glove and start dancing because this seems like it kind of that activates him, but he was able to hold off on this.
Leading off
This
the
one.
bottom half of the sixth for the
It's
Aces,
tempting.
it's the designated
Oh, it
hitter,
is.
number 22, Adam Sahebzada.
Adam Saabzada stands in. Bottom of the sixth.
And it is raining on us right now, Nick. It is raining on us.
It is coming down, Ben. My notebook's away, my scorebook's away, my computer's away. We are going absolutely raw into this inning. 0-1 count. Breaking ball. Check swing from Saabzada did not go around. Even count. A ball and a strike.
It's a good take. Was able to hold up.
1-1. Chopped right towards us. 1-2.
Good job by Garden. Except for that one at bat where he threw the 4 straight balls, he's definitely been a lot more around the zone. In other starts we've seen, it's just been, uncompetitive pitch, uncompetitive pitch. That's not what we've seen from him tonight.
1-2. Sky left side out of play. Count remains the same. One and two. Chopped up the middle. Henson can't get there. Leadoff single for Adam Saabzada.
Leadoff single for Adam Sahebzada.
One aboard.
Back at the top of the lineup,
Nobody
it's the
out.
leadoff man,
And he's had a nice day from the
number
9-hole.
3,
A
Cooper
walk and 2
Hum.
base hits, including an RBI single.
Runner on, nobody out.
He's getting ready to
Didn't
cover
go to
home.
field it.
One single for Cooper Hum.
It was
Up next
Tyler
for the
Cook's
Aces,
job to
the
field the
shortstop,
ball as Garden
number
ran
12,
towards
Toby
home
Huber.
plate as opposed to the first base line.
Yeah, unclear. And
Absolutely nonsensical from the Cropdusters. 2 on, nobody out.
And if I'm the Aces, I would say why not drop another one down, get second and third one out at worst, because Cropdusters unable to do anything. Ahern expecting another bunt.
First pitch inside ball.
Rain coming down as another factor Garden's gonna have to worry about. But interesting, yeah, he did not want to play that ball whatsoever.
Nobody did. Tyler Cook, the only one putting in any sort of effort. Line drive into right, on the run goes Kel, base hit. Bases are loaded for the Aces with nobody out.
That's a single for Toby Huber. Up next for the Aces, it's the second baseman, number 25, Gavin Miller.
And waving to the bullpen. Unclear how much longer Lucas Garden has. Coach Mike Evans is going to go out there, and he's had some success, as the pitcher whisperer, but might be too little too late for Lucas Garden.
Bases loaded, nobody out. It's Saabzada on third. Hums on Huber on first.
And we'll see if Coach Evans was able to speak some brilliance. Garden needs quite the Houdini act to get out of this one.
First pitch attack right up the middle. Diving play. In time, Walker Zampella behind the second base bag makes the play and flips it to Will Henson. They get a runner out. Still runners on the corners with one away. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
That one brings in a runner from
But well done by Zampella, saving
and the Aces now
a
lead
hit at
3-1.
least and getting an out on the board. As it seems like that's going to be it for Garden.
Not sure why they chose to leave him in. Maybe they just needed time to get another arm loose.
And it'll be Gavin Lill. Often in, we can see him in big situations. Out of the pen.
He's back out there again. ERA below 3 for Lill. One of the bigger, faster pitchers on this team. Heater in the 93-mile-an-hour range.
And last outing, he was really on. It's one of those things, the stuff is undoubtedly great, but it's whether he can locate. And in his last outing, he was really able to locate well. And, yeah, it's what no one hits him. No one hits him if he's able to locate the cutter and locate the slider, but that's the question, if he's able to locate at full capacity. He, of course, has the fastball, and it's one that is very dangerous, but he, of course, enjoys going into that slider-cutter mix with even more.
New pitcher for the Olney Cropdusters. On the mound now, it's going to be number 38, the right-hander from Millersville University, Gavin Lill.
And Lill, he likes a big moment, so he will not mind coming in with runners on third. Just, getting him even more amped up.
For the Aces, it's the first baseman, number 29, Ernie Echeverria.
First pitch strike.
know if you want me to try it.
At the plate now for the Aces, it's the left fielder, number 15, E.J. Hankerson.
Sorry, we're experiencing some technical difficulties. There's 2 outs, 1-0 count to Hankerson. Runners on second and third.
Gavin Lill doing a really nice job. Got the 1 strikeout and now just 1 out away from keeping the lead only at 2. A manageable 1 for the Cropdusters to come back from.
1-1 count to Hankerson. Lill kicks, deals, fastball, just misses away. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Swing and a miss.
Goes to that big slider.
Count 2-2. 2 outs, 2 men in scoring position. Lill on the hill. Hankerson in the batter's box. Chance to break this thing open for Alexandria. They already lead by 2. Chopped on the plate and straight back it goes. Still a 2-2 count.
2 runners in scoring position, but Lill just 1 pitch away. He's got a lot of strikeout pitches that he can go do. The fastball, slider, cutter all work to get a strikeout.
2-2 count. Lill kicks, deals, swing and a miss. Inning over. Gavin Lill comes in and shuts down the Aces. It's still a 3-1 ball game as we head to the top of the 7th.
At the end of the 6th inning, the Aces
Dominant
3-1 on 1 run.
piece of work from Gavin Lill. Gets 2 straight strikeouts and keeps the lead right there. Lucas Garden. We'll be thanking him for 2 runners left on base. Will both not come around to score thanks to some nifty pitching.
The Cropdusters have really shot themselves in the foot when it comes to hitting. A couple of base running errors have ruined some rallies. Denham back on the bump for the Aces.
And lineup's been pretty quiet after they put a rally together. Kel getting caught stealing, trying to leave early. Need to see a response. It's gonna be Tyler Cook to lead off. He walked, struck out on the consecutive fastballs. He had some struggle with that, with the velocity, but see if he can make an adjustment against another pitcher though, a righty now who's also coming in with a lot of velocity.
Denham, a big man, stands about 6'5". Top of the 7th. Tyler Cook will lead things off. It's 8-9, top of the order for Olney.
It's the catcher, number 8, Tyler Cook.
Cook was up at the plate against Denham in the 6th before a base running error by Andrew Cal caught him in a rundown and ended the inning. First pitch to Cook. Called strike. Top of the zone, it's 0-1. Pitch to Cook. Foul tip right off Pena's mask, 0-2.
A little late on that one. Lehman could go to that high fastball. Cook gonna have to shorten up a little bit.
No balls and 2 strikes. Cook awaits. Pitch. Denham. Cook thought about it, did not go. It's 1-2.
It's a good take. After back-to-back fastballs, and certainly he could have went to the high fastball. Cook's able to spit on the curveball, but a chance to go for the high fastball. Cook got him, found a way to be on time.
1-2. Just gets a piece, fouls it straight back. Same count, nobody out. Top of the 7th, Cropdusters trail by 2. It's a 3-1 ball game.
And a good swing, just fighting it off and living to see another pitch.
1-2. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Tyler Cook saw nothing but fastballs until that pitch and is frozen by the off speed.
It's the third baseman, number 45,
There's one gone.
Aiden Fry.
Fry's got some decent speed. You know, if he gets on base with Duff at the plate, chance for something to happen.
First pitch to Fry, misses low, 1-0. Denham kicks, deals, upstairs, went change up. Even count, a ball and a strike. Or 2-0 rather. Three and now. Denham kicks. Fastball called, strike 1. Fry wasn't a fan.
No, he was not, but you know, the 3-0 zone often a little bit bigger than the average strike zone.
3-1 pitch. No doubt about that one. One man on with 1 out. Aiden Fry trots down to first base, brings in Ahmad Duff.
The lineup for the Cropdusters. It's the center fielder, number 1, Ahmad Duff.
And Duff, often quite aggressive, but after a walk and him being the tying run, could be a chance for him to, you know, take a pitch.
Pick off of Fry. He's back safely. 3-1 contest. Cropdusters trail. Runner on, 1 out. Duff represents the tying run. He stands in the righty batter's box. Swing and a miss. Hefty cut from Ahmad Duff. 0-1.
Big swing, like you said. And he's got the ability to, you know, hit the ball over the left fielder's head. We've seen him pull a couple balls, especially see what left fielder's playing. A ball down the line with his speed, he'll be on third.
0-1 pitch, make it 0-2. Duff watches the fastball head right down the pipe. He's going to have to battle with Fry on first. 1 out. Oh and 2. Off goes Fry. Duff. Foul tip, right side, out of play. Hit something.
Who knows what. Protective swing by Duff. Seen all fastballs so far this at bat.
0 and 2. Off goes Fry again. Duff upstairs. Fry did not go, rather.
And a good take. Again, still haven't seen the off-speed pitch. You'd expect to see it at some point.
Pick off a Fry, goes into right field. Aiden Fry, rounding second, he's going to head to third. And he'll have to go back to second and went into the dugout. Cropdusters getting a little vocal in the bullpen.
But I feel like they're quite tame for the umpires to have reactions that result in them yelling back at the Dusters. Seems like it's just kind of not much.
One and two. Runner on second. Duff at the plate. Breaking ball. High. 2-2.
Duff sort of willing it to be a ball. He kind of pointing it to it being up, hoping the ump agrees, and that he did. Lehman's shaking off, looking like twice.
2-2. Fouled straight back.
It's turned into a decent battle. Good swing by Ahmad Duff on a pitch kind of over his head, but able to stay alive.
Two balls and two strikes. Two gets away. And Aiden Fry will be on third base.
And this is what a nice at bat does. By Duff just seeing more pitches leads to the bad throw over, leads to the wild pitch, and now there's by the time this at bat started, there was a runner on first. Now runner on third without the ball coming in playing, without any actual stolen bases.
3-2 count.
Oh.
Duff chases above his head. Swing and a miss. Ahmad Duff gifts Alexandria an out. There's two gone with a runner on third.
It was a good at bat. Duff maybe a little bit fortunate, able to foul off some pitches that were out of the zone. This one just a little too far up, and instead of taking it for the walk, he swings at it for strike three.
Upsetting for Duff. Could have been a crucial take. Runners on the corners with one out. Instead, your tying run is at the plate as opposed to on first base in the speedster Ahmad Duff. It's Zampella at the dish. First pitch was a ball. Second pitch a strike.
And with Duff at first, that basically implies Duff at second, especially in this situation.
Especially with Fry on third, you throw down to second. Fry most certainly going to come in to score. He likely just takes the bag, as you said, Ben. 1-1, 1-2. Foul tip by Zampella right into the glove of Pena.
Zampella not looking very comfortable this at bat. Swung pretty late at the first pitch.
Wasn't very on time on the second one either. And he's down on three straight swings. Cropdusters strand a base runner in scoring position. They come up empty-handed. It's still a 3-1 contest as we head to the bottom of the seventh.
Top of the seventh, the Cropdusters score no runs on no hits, leave one runner left on base. Well, fans, it's the middle of the seventh inning, which means it's time to stretch.
Not a lot of fans here, sadly.
So get on your feet and repeat after me and Peter. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball.
I don't really know what repeat after me means. Does he want us to
They're
now?
singing this.
Yeah.
Should we repeat after them? They're getting no love.
From where do we
When it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. They needed help, Ben. They were getting no love
They were
from
not
the
getting that. But they made a mistake. They just say sing along. You don't say repeat after me.
Aces players, please consider making a donation.
That's tough.
Proposed
Tough
game
crowd tonight.
Yeah,
Post-game team
weather
dinner
doesn't help,
is
of
donated
course.
by the Echeverria family. Thank you to the Echeverria family for powering our 2025 Aces.
Bottom of the 7th from First Responders Field. Cropdusters trail 3-1. Gavin and Lil back on the hill. Righty versus righty matchup. It's Diego Pena at the plate for the Aces.
Lil hoping to be at the same level that he was on last inning, just having all 3 pitches working.
First pitch cutter called strike. Oh, 1 count. Similar pitch just upstairs. 1-1. Lil. From the windup. Called strike 2.
Gets the call. Pitch seemed like maybe a little bit out of the zone.
Makeup call from the last one?
Could be. You know, we talked about how umpires are so quick to get that makeup calls. Instead of sometimes you wait a couple pitches, and then you can actually make a borderline call the other way.
No chance salvaging that one. Well over the head. Tyler Cook barely got any leather on it. 2-2. Nobody out. Bottom 7, Lil heads home. Swing and a miss.
Nasty.
Foul tip right in the glove of Cook. There's one gone. Gavin Lil has faced 3 batters and has struck all of them out.
Really, really nice cutter. The slider's looking great too. He's been in a great place these last 2 outings. I mean, the stuff's always been there, but location wasn't, I think, where he wanted it to be. Gotta like what you're seeing.
1 out brings up John Colligan. Lil from the windup. Drops it right in. He's using the cutter beautifully. 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Nasty.
Chasing in the dirt. Gavin Lil has Alexandria fooled right now. It's 0-2. Lil has already struck out the first 3 aces he's faced. A chance to make it 4 in a row. Can he do it? Did not go.
And what I like from Lil, it's just he's so robotic right now. Usually you think his big emotion of anything he's saying, like, it's not, you guys aren't worth getting me so excited. I'm just kind of easily getting you guys down.
1-2. Off speed outside. 2-2. That looked good, Ben.
Yeah, good.
Especially after the missed calls. I thought that was a swing on the last pitch.
Surprised that he was able to take that pitch. Lil, though, still well in control.
2-2. Fastball upstairs. Count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three and 2. And it drills John Colligan. Brutal. Hit by pitch, one aboard, 1 out. 3-1 contest.
And at the plate now is the third baseman, number 18, Will Tomey.
Lil was well in control in that at bat, just unable to locate the fastball. 3 consecutive ones just out of the zone, leading to the eventual hit by pitch, and got to bounce back now.
Will Tomey at the dish. Runner on first. First pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1.
Makes you question why he went to that fastball, because he goes back to that slider, and it's just nasty.
No balls and a strike. Lil misses low and out. Ball and a strike. 1-1 count, runner on first. Fastball called, strike 2. 1-2 count to Will Tomey. Swing and a miss. Gavin Lill has 4 strikeouts in 1 1/3 innings pitched.
Up next for the Aces is the
There's
veteran
2 gone.
hitter, number 22, Adam Sahebzada.
Adam Saabzada, 9-hitter for the Aces. First pitch swing. Ball gets away from Cook.
He swung at it. See, they're saying it was a foul ball.
Saabzada up the middle. Henson takes it. Touches second base. Inning over. We head to the top of the 8th. Cropdusters trail by 2.
No runs, no hits, and no runners left on base. We head to the top of the 8th inning.
And
The Aces leading 3-1.
pretty easy for Lil, and now it's time for Slam to wake up. I mean, it's consecutive innings where they've not really been able to do much. And they really only got that 1 run. We've seen them have some late inning heroics, and it's just been about, good at bats, pushing runners on through walks and hits. Chance for them to do it right now. And maybe some Darude Sandstorm.
Yeah.
We'll get the energy that the Cropdusters need, as you're hearing Coach Leader saying, guys, got to wake up, got to get the energy. It's right now. And they're well within this game, but got to find a way to make something happen.
Cropdusters have really gone silent at the plate since the 4th. Last hit was recorded by Andrew Kell in the 5th, and since then it's been 9 up, 9 down. It will be Kell who leads us off here in the top of the 8th.
And Kellis had really nice at-bats, 2 base knocks. Henson as well has had a nice patient approach. Found his way onto the 2 guys that you want to start the rally, but, the time is now, already top of the 8th inning.
At the plate for the Cropdusters to lead off the 8th inning, it's the right fielder, number 31, Andrew Kell.
Top of the 8th, Andrew Kell up at the dish. Cropdusters down 2, also down to their final 6 outs. First pitch to Kell. Fastball called strike. Snapping the glove of Pena. It's 0-1.
Really nice job just pounding the zone with strikes. I saw the first pitch just right down the main street.
Second one just a tad high. Even counter ball and a strike.
Cropdusters, they're well within This game was well within their reach. They're on a nice win streak. They're playing good baseball. They don't want it to end right here.
Lehman, breaking ball, misses low. 2 balls and a strike.
Cal continuing to see the ball well. I mean, he noticed spin early, able to spin on that one before even considering swinging about it.
2-1 to Cal. Foul tip straight back, 2-2.
Going for a bit of a photo finish, it did seem like, as not sure who's taking pictures, but there's always, you know, someone, always a camera somewhere.
We have one right here in front of us.
That we do.
2-2, swing and a miss. Doesn't want to hold that pose too long. Frustrated, heads back to the first base dugout.
Just unable to get anything on that, and he is, like you said, quite frustrated. Fastball outer part of the zone. He wanted just to, you know, shoot it the other way. At worst, just foul it off, but started his swing a little bit late, and it cost him, and he knows it.
First pitch to Henson, skies it, foul territory near the dugout. Room for Echeverria, makes the catch. There's 2 on.
And Cropdusters going down in relatively easy fashion here. You know, we've talked about their resiliency in the last couple games today, though. You know, yet to put up much of a fight on in this one.
Olney bats, similar to what we've seen. Not a whole lot of action late in games when it needs it most. First pitch, Ahern called strike.
And you got to want that missing the 2 guys that have been 3 guys. You know, Carter Ritchie. And well, if you know, you can include Ritchie, you can go Jimmy Kirk, Zakai Hawkins, and Cade Walter. 4 guys that you'd figure when it's time to make that, you know, best case scenario lineup, all 4 of those guys are going to get themselves in it. Obviously, just that's how it works with the every other days that you're swapping, but seems really unfortunate to get 4 of your 5 best hitters right now not in the lineup at the same day.
I think those would be locks. I think Kell would be a lock as well. And then you could start to have some interesting discussions, rather. 1-2 to Ahern, foul ball left side. Who would you put at first base?
No, it's tough right now. I like what I see from Ahern. I think that, well, you know, I think I would probably go with Austin Stalker if he can keep hitting the other way. Yesterday he had a good game, 2 doubles, including the quote-unquote walk-off. But you know, no one necessarily has had a extended stretch of success. Rough inning there.
Rough inning to the Cropdusters. Ahern down looking, only nothing going its way. Down to its last 3 after the bottom of the 8th. They've got to hold the aces here.
And we're going to see a new pitcher, someone we haven't seen yet.
Nolan Ross, rising freshman, attending, guess what, Ben? Dickinson.
Woo, woo.
Left-handed pitcher from Maryland. Nasty delivery.
Yeah, a lot going on. I'm going to have to talk to him. I'm sure that, you know, we've known some of the people. Head coach Hanson. I'm sure that he's familiar with him. Hanson and I, we had our run-ins, you know.
Yeah.
There was a game where I think I was in a bit of a poor mood, and in a rough game, exclamated that, and I think I was a little too blunt, maybe. But, you know, we moved past it.
Was this like in passing, or did he come out to visit you on the mound?
Oh, no, this was more of an email next day type of affair. But to be fair, you know, I think, you know, I'm gonna stick by mine, but you know, as we've tried to do here, there's ways to go about it, even if it turns out what you're saying is quite critical. Ways to put it in a more of a manageable way.
Nolan Ross, the second lefty on the mound tonight for the Cropdusters. First was Lucas Garton. Burton allowed 1 run.
Leading off the bottom half of the 8th inning for the Aces, back at the top of the order, it's the center fielder, number 3, Cooper Hums.
Pinch hitter for the Aces to go against Nolan Ross. First pitch outside, 1-0. Or rather, it's leadoff, Cooper Hums.
So, first outing, relatively, this is actually considered a high leverage situation according to baseball metrics.
High leverage goes that ball. Skied to center field. Duff coming in. Makes the play. 1 gone.
And well done getting 1 out. And yeah, you get through this inning.
Up next for the Aces, it's
And
the shortstop,
you need a base runner. You got to start there. And
Huber.
it's been a real struggle. Winning, they got it with Aiden Fry. Ahmad Duff had a unfortunate end to that at bat, and then the runner on third was stranded. But yeah, got to find something.
Some smoke drifting onto the field.
They're preparing a nice feast for the Aces.
Should we put on some rival clothing like Han Solo and put on some stormtrooper outfits?
How about just saying, we could start a review each home team spread. That could be our new thing.
Do you have a favorite thing that we've had with our lovely Cropdusters sponsored dinners?
I don't think you were there, but it was like my favorite type of food is Peruvian food.
Okay.
And there's this chain I've never had it before, but it's like my favorite food. Anyone who I love getting like a half roast chicken with rice and beans, and they had it, and it was after like a long game, and man, did it hit the spot.
Sounds delicious.
The fried chicken was also really good.
Fried chicken was great.
That was really good. I enjoyed that.
Ross kicks outside. Drawn walk. Toby Huber on again.
Up next for the Aces, it's the second baseman, number 25, Gavin Miller.
And the smoke is really drifting, Ben.
Yes, it is. Who knows what to make of it? Seems like some type of, spooky omen, but I don't know what it's trying to tell us. Maybe it's gonna be,
Maybe it's a good omen.
Yeah.
Maybe the Cropdusters will find some life and walk away with a win in the 9th. Right now they trail by 2, 1 out. Runner on first for Ross. Sky deep center field on the run. Duff back at the wall, looking up, makes the play. Suddenly died right at the warning track. That ball carried 390 feet out to center field, just a few yards short of tailing lawn over the wall. There's 2 gone.
I'm not sure. Maybe you can tell me. I know when there's a new pope, when they decide that they have the choice, they put, is it white smoke when they know that they've had it?
I believe it's white smoke when they know they've had it, black smoke when it's undecided or something. I didn't pay attention a whole lot to the decision making of who the new pope was going to be.
But we know he's a big baseball fan, which is
White Sox fan,
pretty
which
crazy.
White Sox fan, he needs to say a couple prayers for them because boy, oh boy, do they stink.
I saw that he blessed Sam Laporta, tight end. I don't know if you saw that, him and his wife, and I don't know if I'd like him to bless him more in a football sense. I got kind of fooled by him. I thought he was going to have a great year fantasy-wise after having such a good year 2 years ago. Kind of let me down.
0-2 pitch. You know who the Pope needs to bless is Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
That guy's been a disappointment since he came into the league.
That he has been. But maybe, sometimes it seems like for Kyle Pitts, it's the talent's there. But is the play calling in his favor? Hard to say.
1-2 pitch. Ross. Off speed, misses low. There's 2 outs. It's Ernie Echeverria at the dish. Off goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Doesn't matter.
Frustrated end of the at-bat for him.
Ross gives him a slight glance and then smiles. Echeverria yelled
No hits.
a very vocal expletive,
Left on base. We head to the final frame.
and it looks like we're going to get a lot of pinch
We go
hitters.
to the final frame of action here at Frank Field. The Aces hold a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, and you can I mean, why not? You got to feed the hot hands.
You can understand why. It's Cade Walter and Austin Stalker up, helmets on, bat in hand.
And Walter's been a great on base guy. Like going to him early in the inning.
Walter taking over for Jaden Knight. Stalker will take over for Roan Klein. Cropdusters putting in their best with the game on the line. I wonder if we'll see Carter Ritchie as well.
He's been, the player most called upon to pinch hit. Don't see him yet, but it's unclear. So it seems like
Maybe he'll come out of the darkness.
interesting. They're sticking with Aiden Fry, despite the fact that we know Carter Ritchie can play third. So that pinch hit option is there.
They'll have to. No sign from whether or not Tyler Cook is coming out. Top of the ninth. Cropdusters
At the plate now for the
down by
Cropdusters.
2. Pinch hitter for Olney to lead things off against Adam Lehman. It's Cade Walter.
Cade Walter.
They're looking for some energy out of the bench, and it's pretty quiet. I mean, for those who know, kind of like that high school culture, you get loud and raucous. Sometimes the Cropdusters do have that, but they're not really bringing that energy today. I hate to be brutally honest, but sometimes it makes a big difference. And the weather hasn't been great, but don't want to make excuses for something that takes relatively minimal effort.
There's an old metaphor about a king who eats so much food and all this extravagant food that he becomes unhappy with what he's eating because he's always so full and he eats the best that nothing ever tastes good anymore. Cropdusters have tasted 4 straight wins. Maybe just a little more satisfied with themselves today. And knowing that they're not going with their starting best 9, they feel more content with dropping this one after their recent success.
I think that's a really good point. As Cade Walter, leadoff walk. I think that if they lost, if they're on a losing streak, they would not be this quiet. And same with,
Cropdusters.
I don't know if they'd be as quick to go get some ice cream if they were in dire need of a win. But Walter coming in, and the force field was up as he had an easy walk.
Timer to the plate in Stalker. First pitch is a pickoff attempt. Not a pitch whatsoever. Walter slides back safely. Cade Walter now has reached base in 12 consecutive games. Stalker awaits. First pitch inside, 1-0.
And a little bit surprising that there's no sign of Zakai Hawkins. We expect to see him, but if not soon, when?
Stalker takes upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes.
And thanks to some great pitching from Gavin Lilly and Chrismond, and this game is right there for the taking. Tying right at the plate, like you said, and 2-0 count.
Things get intense. Stalker, first pitch in the middle. 2-1.
A bit of a strange game. I mean, the Aces lineup has been pretty quiet as well. Seems like both teams are relatively just going through the motions of sorts. Chance for the Cropdusters is kind of, quickly take a lead and go home.
2-1 count to Stalker. Walter, slight lead. Swing and a miss. Stalker chases up, can't connect with the fastball. It's 2-2.
Stalker trying to do it all in one swing instead of, taking that pitch, getting it a 3-1 count. Arguably going to get a better pitch there, or, take ball 4.
Walter, small lead. Lehman, Stalker, skies it. Left field, Hankerson makes the catch. There's one gone. It'll be Tyler Cook who bats.
It's the catcher, number 8, Tyler Cook.
Really trusting Tyler Cook in this big at-bat.
Just 2 hits on the season. First pitch fouled back, 0-1.
And just a little bit late, Load was late, led to a swing being late. Everything has to be a little bit quicker.
And for Cook, it's not like he's been swinging and missing a whole lot. He's just been, the timing's been off. The swing has been off. He's seeing it, just not connecting. Doesn't see that one. Right on cue, off speed, drops right in. Cook lunged slightly ahead, expecting fastball, 0-2. A chance for Cook. Off goes Walter, swing and a miss from Cook. Ball gets away. They're going to say
Up next for the Cropdusters, it's the third baseman.
drop third
number
doesn't
45,
count.
Aiden Fry.
And Tyler Cook is down again on strikes.
Unable to make an adjustment, got a similar pitch, and that he took on the one the previous point and just swung right through it. Aiden Fry had a clutch at bat in the Giants game when he was down to the final out, just trying to keep this game alive for Zakai Hawkins, who's pinch hitting up next.
What I don't understand, Ben, is the decision to not pinch hit for Cook, who in the lineup today statistically is the worst hitter batting average-wise. As he slams his helmet. But what I don't understand is then you decide to do it for Zakai Hawkins, who's red hot, and you're taking out Ahmad Duff, who statistically better hitter than Cook this season. Not sure why you don't just plug Hawkins. And Hawkins is a middle infielder. Duff plays in the outfield. If position didn't matter, why not just stick Hawkins in for Cook?
Yeah, I don't know. Or for Fry. I mean, now there's 2 outs there. You don't want to not give him a chance to hit.
1-1. Breaking ball just low. 2 balls and a strike.
But a good take on the curveball. And with 1 out left, they're really going to give a warning.
Did they eject him?
Wow, that is something. He's taking it with a smile. You'd figure that an ejection would have a relatively serious, repercussions, but he seems happy about it.
Not sure what was said. No warning, just immediate toss. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss from Aiden Fry.
And all day, the high fastballs have been a pitch that the hitter's just unable to take.
2-2 count. Skied left side out of play. Still 2-2.
A little bit ahead of that. We saw what he did last time a hitter was ahead. He went to the off speed.
Upstairs, count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well done from Aiden Fry to work it to 3-2.
2-2 pitch. And Aiden Fry draws the 2-out walk. Tying run on first, Walter on second, brings up Zakai Hawkins.
And not to be nitpicky, but after a great at-bat that ends in a walk to get the tying run on base, you should hear, huge elation from the bench. The tying run is on base in the 9th inning with 2 outs. And, I think they gave him his kudos for the good at-bat, but I think that there should be more.
It's been a pretty silent night, uncharacteristic for the Cropdusters, usually a very vocal team. A lot of guys just kind of sitting against the wall. Unsure what's really going on. Chance for them to get really loud.
I mean, Coach Evans doesn't seem particularly concerned about it. I know some coaches that would definitely tell their team to get a little bit more excited in this spot.
Mound visit. Lehman stays out. It's Walter on second. Fry on first. Zakai Hawkins. A chance to drive in 1, 2, or 3. 2 ties, 3 go ahead. He represents the third. First pitch up and in. 1-0.
Obviously, you don't want to make that last out on a caught stealing, but infield, not really holding him on. It's more about getting Fry to second than it is about getting Walter to third. But if Walter can take the base, Fry's got a big enough lead, he'll be able to get to it easily.
Hawkins takes the fastball at the knees, called strike.
Asking a lot of Hawkins. He was sitting for 8 innings. Now up, of course, in the biggest spot of the game.
Just finished his freshman season at Utah. 1-1 count to Hawkins. Swing and a miss. Just can't connect on the fastball. It's too much from Lehman, 1 and 2.
Yeah, a little bit late, but he got the swing, which is important. Not going 0-2 without having a swing off. So, maybe get the timing a bit. See him choking up a little bit.
1-2 pitch to Hawkins. Off go the runners. Hawkins, swing and a miss. Ball game over. Aces win 3-1. Snap the Cropdusters winning streak. It ends at 4. Tonight it really wasn't the pitching for the Cropdusters that was the issue. It was hitting. Olney didn't tally a single since the 5th. No hits in their last 12 outs.
Yeah, and I mean, it's simple as that. I mean, at-bats were not ideal. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of chasing high fastballs, and unable to ever string anything together. And 1 run is never going to do it, even with some great pitching performances that we saw tonight.
Olney will be back tomorrow night against the Grays, far away from home. For Ben Gurwitch, I'm Nick King. Cropdusters fall 3-1 to the Alexandria Aces. 4-game win streak is no more for Olney.